Welcome, everybody, to 3 Shades of Real, where 3 women, a mom and her 2 daughters, come together to share their unique perspectives on life, relationships, and everything in between. Now, Caitlin has successfully delivered and is home enjoying her new baby boy. So today, Lauren and I are playing a dangerously unhinged round of Would You Rather. And there is nothing that is off limits. From cringe social media, from cringe social moments, to therapy-level trauma dumps, to wildly chaotic dating scenarios. We are forcing ourselves to pick sides, expose our weird inner logic, and maybe even question our friendship a little. We are giving this round of Would You Rather a therapist but unhinged twist. Because, well, we work in the mental health field. So let's talk a little bit about the rules. Would You Rather rules is that one side must be chosen, Lauren. There is no wiggling out, no rationalizing, no avoidance. We're going to have to lock it in at some point. Okay?
This is going to be tough for me. Decision making is not my strong suit. I have to bring together the board of directors and lay it all out, pros and cons. So this should be really interesting.
It should. So you can go ahead and draw first and read our first Would You Rather.
Would you rather go to therapy with your ex or go to therapy with your parent?
Ew. Ew.
That's a rough first one.
Okay, so I think you should answer this one first.
I think at the time probably could have benefited from both. But at this stage in my life, I think go to therapy with my parent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't feel the need to do the other one anymore.
Yeah, I think for me, I would totally be okay doing either one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a good place with both.
Yep.
So I don't think it would be that scary. But as far as when I think of going to therapy, I think of doing it in a with a goal of growth.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely don't want to grow with my ex.
Yeah.
So I think I would totally choose my parents too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Put your hand in the bucket.
Oh, let me get a good one. Would you rather relive your most painful moment or forget your happiest one?
Oh my gosh.
Ew.
Relive your most painful moment or forget your happiest?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say relive my most painful. And when I say painful, I'm taking it as emotionally, not physically.
Okay.
I haven't really experienced
Thanks
a lot
for
of
the
physical
clarification.
pain other than childbirth, but I would do that 10 times over. So I would say, yeah, I feel like it would help me. I think it would benefit me.
I think so too.
To go through it again, kind of knowing what I know now and maybe make some different decisions, or I don't know. You get a second chance at it, I feel like, specifically for a situation that I'm thinking of. So maybe that would be different for someone else.
Yeah, if we could totally take what we know now back to that painful experience, I think that would definitely be something I'd be open to. But to have to go back to it and relive it in the space that I was in, that would be horrific. That would be really hard. But I also would not want to give up my happiest one.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go with you. I'd have to go with you to the most painful moment, because there ain't no way I'm letting go of my good stuff.
Well, and obviously we got through it once.
For sure.
So we definitely could do it again if we had to. All right.
All right, girl. God, pick an easy one. Why don't you?
I know. This is supposed to be a fun episode. Oh, good one. Would you rather be late to everything or never show up at all?
Okay, so my anxiety would never allow me to be late for everything. I would not be able to function. So I am definitely the girl that if I am late, I'd rather not go.
You totally are.
I am.
And you're I mean this in the best way, but you're a flaker, kind of, sometimes.
I embrace that part of me. I am a flaker.
Yeah, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, which I kind of love because I am the opposite and I get terrible FOMO. And just in my life, I'm actually late to everything.
You are, literally. Your license plate says A. I'm late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's easier to put that on the front end and let everybody know. So that way I'm not really missing any expectations. Like,
You're setting a low
standard.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
There's only up from here. So I feel like that makes sense. I definitely would rather be late to everything because I usually am. And I would have extreme FOMO if I had to not show up at all just because I was going to be late.
Yeah. I don't have FOMO.
Yeah.
I embrace it wholly. Like if I decide to stay home, I'm like in the zone.
On the couch.
Yeah. Watching Netflix and eating pizza. It's my jam.
All right.
Okay. That one was a good one.
That one's thick.
It is thick. This is a big one. Ooh. Would you rather live your dream life but be misunderstood, or live an average life and be adored?
That is so hard. I feel like it sounds so shallow if I say I want to live an average life but be adored. But I don't know though. I feel like it would be so lonely to do the other one.
Do you really?
I think it would, because how was it worded?
Live your dream life, but be misunderstood. So people would question, right? They wouldn't necessarily understand why you're doing things, wouldn't align. Or live just like a basic average life, but everybody like supports you, loves you. So this comes down to this idea of, is it important for people to approve?
No, because I feel like I already live a life that a lot of people don't understand
For sure.
or align with or agree with, but I do have my core group that definitely does and supports me. So, okay, when you phrase it that way, I would go with the dream life, because honestly, that is the dream, to just live unapologetically and not have to answer to anybody.
Yeah, and I think this question like really gets to the heart of a lot of things we struggle with too.
Yeah.
Like, do you live life by your own rules, listening to your gut, following your purpose, following your passion, whether people agree with it or not? Or do you like dim your light so that you don't rock the boat? And I think there's value probably in both ways, you know, like especially if you feel like you have to kind of play it safe for people to understand you. But I'm with you. I would rather live my dream life and know that I woke up every single morning putting everything out there on the line, whether people would understand it or not, knowing that I'm living my truth, living my authentic life. And then also, like you said, even if you're misunderstood by the masses, there's usually like a core group or like some people in your life that like embrace the wild, right? They're like, you go, girl. I don't have to understand it, don't have to approve of it, but I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we are living the dream.
I do too. I am.
Yes. Thumbnail.
Yeah.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes. Bring it.
Ooh, another thick boy. Would you rather only date people who use healing as a personality trait, or people who think therapy is a scam? Oh, I'm totally taking this one first.
Do it. Do it. Yeah, because I got to think about this one for a minute.
Now that I've been in the scene of the dating world, okay, so maybe you wouldn't be surprised, but I was surprised. Because I feel like when you first start getting to know somebody, they always just ask, like, what do you do for work? What do you do in your free time? And I tell them I work at a therapy or a mental health counseling office. And the reactions that I get to that is insane.
Is it really?
It's either like they start trauma dumping, which is really par for course.
First date when I was a child.
Anyways, it's really par for course, I feel like, just because even when I was younger, I feel like I've always had this, I don't even want to call it a gift because sometimes it's really unfortunate, but like we'll be out in public or I would be at school and people would just come up to me and start laying it all out there. And I was here for it. I was like holding the space, doing the things. But when you're trying to get to know somebody on like a more intimate relationship level and to bring that up and either the response be, this is all my trauma. Oh my gosh, what do you think? Like, and that's usually what it is. Like, what does this tell you about me?
Oh gosh.
How does this relate? And like, what do you think? And I don't know. So it's either that or it's the complete opposite of like, oh, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that that helps people. So it's made things kind of difficult, honestly.
Yeah.
And I would never like go to the extent of lying about what I do for work. I'm actually a stripper. Just kidding. Please don't trauma dump or tell me you don't believe in what I do. But they definitely are very vocal about it in the forefront. So I feel like I would rather. Oh, I don't know.
It's a hard one because it's on opposite sides of the spectrum.
It is. Because I feel like if I dated someone who only used healing as a personality trait, only date people who use healing as a personality trait, I feel like that could get a little messy and challenging. But then maybe they'd be open to therapy.
Right?
It
Yeah.
doesn't say that.
I don't think I would like either one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I know that I would hate worse somebody that thought therapy was a scam just because of my experience with it. And of course, I mean, I wouldn't be doing it for a living if I didn't believe it was helpful.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I could even align with somebody who could not even be open at all to like, they don't have to be like a big cheerleader for it, but they do have to be open to the idea that therapy can be useful for some situations. So,
absolutely.
But yeah, it would be emotionally exhausting though if you were dating somebody and they're like, talk to your wounded self. You are healing in this moment.
Yeah.
Like that would be really kind of emotionally draining too. So I don't know. But there is a spider crawling on the wall right by your shoulder.
Same color as my shirt.
He's
okay. He's okay.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you were going to freak out or not, but
I could put him on that leaf.
you could.
Hold on.
He'd love to be here. I'll hold you. He would love to be on the plant. Oh, he's not going to let you catch him. He just wants to be on the podcast.
Okay.
Hello. Itsy bitsy spider. We got a spider friend.
Should never let us record.
No.
All right. Do we feel like we answered that one?
I feel like we did. I do. I feel like we did.
I think either way, we should swipe left.
Right. For sure. Neither.
No.
Neither.
That should be a question on dating apps. How do you feel about mental health therapy?
It should.
That should be my opening line if I were on them. Just
okay. You could definitely weed people out in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. Would you rather lose your voice in a job interview or fart during a silent yoga class?
oh my God. I couldn't imagine losing my voice because I never shut up.
True.
I feel like I talk all the time.
Mm-hmm. And about several different topics at one time. Like you are like one of those roundabouts, you know, when you like pull in and then you like start going around a topic and then you just like shwoom and then turn, shwoom and turn, shwoom. I'm sorry, but it's true.
I know.
And I have evidence to back it up on video. So
I feel like I just have so much to say, which is probably really annoying for all of our listeners because they're like, oh, great, Lauren's talking again. Let's get through it. I go off on tangents and then I get confused and then I need to tell backstory and then I forget what the point was after I'm telling my backstory as I'm forgetting what we were just talking about.
Yes, we were talking about would you rather lose your voice in a job interview
or it has nothing to do with that
or fart during a silent yoga class?
I think I would rather fart during a silent yoga class because my personality is so like goofy anyways. I feel like it wouldn't like I would just play it off and be like, oops.
Yeah. Well,
we're releasing lots of energy today.
That's that bad energy exiting the body.
Yeah.
Well, and if you've ever been to a yoga class or even like something that where you're really relaxed and calm and they're playing soft music, like it happens. It actually happens quite often.
It does.
And so I don't think that would be as embarrassing. I think that would be more like everybody be like, oh, you know, whatever. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to lose a voice in a job interview, especially because I'm trying to get a job, so I'd want to be able to advocate for myself. Whereas the silent yoga class,
I really have no eggs in their basket.
Right. So I fart and then I go with trainer Michelle the next day instead of my current instructor. Right.
Yeah. It'll be fine. And I feel like if everybody else is respecting the space and the energy in the room, they won't laugh because
they won't
even pay attention to it because everybody's just zenned out.
Yeah. Everybody will ignore it. It's like a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done.
I agree. All right.
We're farting in yoga class.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Our big bucket.
This one's huge. Okay.
Ew.
This one's going to kill you. Dead. Would you rather never drink coffee again or never wear leggings again? Which I find this hilarious because this is like one day out of 362 that Jessie is not wearing leggings. So
I think this is a very unfair question, and I think you might have put this in here on purpose.
I kind of did because I feel like at some point you need to choose. Like,
I feel like shots fired right now.
Little backstory. I won't get too long-winded, but Jessie wears leggings every single day of her life.
Dude, they're comfortable. Like,
she wanted to wear leggings to her birthday party. She's like, do you think people would care? Do I really have to dress up? I just want to be authentic. Which I love. Love that about you. She ended up wearing a dress. It was awesome. But she also drinks coffee 24/7 and it's like a staple in her diet.
Yes.
And she uses it as she counts it as meals as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't even. Okay, so my head first goes to who would I be as a person without either one of these things? Like, they're both really staples in my identity.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. This is an awful position you have put me in.
I don't feel that bad, actually. I'm really excited to see what your justification is for your choice.
Okay, so I feel like I could never give up leggings. Like, I'm a texture girl, and so jeans just aren't comfortable. And let's be real, we live in South Dakota, and I couldn't wear like dresses all the time. So I feel like I cannot give up my yoga pants. I feel like it would be a rough go, and I feel badly about the people around me when this is occurring, but I would wean myself off of the coffee. I think I could do that, even though I would really not be happy in life.
Valid.
Yikes. Yeah. Oh, that's a hard one. But yeah, I would have to go coffee. I'm giving up coffee. Not for reals, though. This is like pretend. Because none of my friends would ever make me make a decision like that.
I wouldn't. That's why I put it in our hypothetical game, because I knew that was the only way I would get an answer. I am also going to give up coffee.
Ooh.
I've really been liking those Alani energy drinks.
Oh, okay.
Don't sound off in the comments if they're bad for you. I actually don't care. But don't tell me any of that negative BS, please. Because I think that they're delicious and awesome. And I feel really trendy and cute when I have one, just like walking around.
They are totally trendy.
My little Alani. So yeah, I couldn't give up leggings. I'm currently wearing leggings. I also really enjoy leggings. I just haven't adopted it as a personality trait like you.
Yeah, it'll come. Just wait for it. It'll come. But today, so I woke up this morning and I knew we were going to do podcast recording. And I was like, what better time for me to like sport my COMFRT set? You guys. Oh, I just love this brand. Mm-hmm. Love it. And you're actually like a affiliate.
Yep.
And so I know that I'm always like clicking on your link to get you some kickbacks for that, because you do such a great job like advertising and like showing off their new stuff. And I'm always like,
yeah, they just came out with their pastels line and the You Matter collection, which the whole company is mental health based,
which I love,
which is amazing. Mm-hmm. But they just started a You Matter line. And I think that on the shoulder, it has like a little phrase, as well, like on the chest, actually, not the shoulder. It has a little phrase on there. And then on their sweats and their shorts in that collection, it has it as well. So I definitely want to look at getting one of those, because I haven't had a COMFRT package in like a month, and I'm feeling really left out.
I know. I pre-ordered one and it should be here in June. So I'm stoked. stoked.
I love that.
But yeah.
We will drop the link
Yes.
in the description if you guys want to check out some of their stuff. I know summer's coming, so if you're not into like the weighted hoodies and sweaters right now, they definitely just dropped a line in their pastels as well, but they have it in their original collections with like some super comfy shorts and t-shirts
Cute.
that I definitely want to try out. So
Yeah.
catch me
I love that.
wearing that.
Ooh, this one's beefy too.
I think you just don't actually know how to cut.
Shut up. The judgment is real today.
Sorry.
All right. Would you rather forgive someone who did not apologize or apologize to someone who won't forgive you?
Mm-hmm.
That one's hard to wrap my head around a little bit. Would you rather forgive someone who didn't apologize or apologize to someone who won't forgive you? Oh, okay.
That's tough.
This one is a tough one.
I'm such a people pleaser,
Yeah.
but also like I'm trying to get out of that era where I'm constantly putting other people's feelings above mine. And I wrestle with that so much because I feel like what's the balance between setting that boundary for myself and like not coming across as like selfish bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's really tough. I feel like originally my thought process is I would much rather forgive someone even if they're not saying sorry. That was the question. Like,
Yes. Yes.
I would much rather forgive someone even if they're not saying sorry because I don't ever want to like feel like I'm the problem or feel like I'm making something more difficult on someone. But also, if I apologize to someone that wouldn't forgive me, I think that would be really hard too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what's the reason, you know?
Right.
And I feel like I spent a lot of my time doing that in my past before too. And then it got me into the headspace of where I just like apologize for everything. I've gotten a lot better at that, but I used to just like start my sentences with, I'm really sorry, but, or, and I would have nothing to apologize for, but it's just like gotten to such a habit of always feeling like I owed someone an apology or needed to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
So this question's really difficult, I feel like, for me.
Yeah.
I don't really know where I stand on that.
I feel like this question is like at the core of it, it's like this idea of letting go.
Yeah.
Whether through forgiveness or through like accepting that you're doing what you can to bring closure to a relationship, even if the other person isn't ready. I think for me, I would rather apologize to someone who wouldn't forgive me. I think for me, the idea of being able to attempt to apologize, attempt to repair is more meaningful to me, to kind of put it out there and leave it with them. And then they get to kind of choose what they do with it. Feels a little more like proactive and like aligns with my beliefs and values a little bit better than just if nobody apologized to me, then just forgiving them and moving on. That one seems like there's just not a lot of investment in that relationship. So I think for me, it would be definitely apologize, do what I can, but then be okay if that secondary person was not able to pick it up and do anything with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
That was a tough one.
Ew. Yikes.
It's triggering.
Okay, we got two left, girlfriend.
Oh, I can't. I'm not cheating. I just can't see where they are.
It's a big bucket.
Would you rather cry in public once a week or hold all of your emotions in forever?
Ugh. I feel like there needs to be some clarification on this one because crying in public, like where? Like,
Or like what type of crying? Like, are we just like weeping and like, or are we like straight up snot running, ugly crying?
for this example, I think we should say ugly cry.
Ugly crying
It's
once a week in public?
Ugly cry in public in front of multiple people.
Like grocery store.
Yes.
Okay.
Or what was the second one?
Hold all of your emotions in forever.
Oh, ew.
I feel like as a therapist, you can't say the latter.
I can't. I just can't get on board with that.
Can't either.
Yeah. You know, and I think too, just the idea of holding everything in, the havoc that would wreak on your system. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, that would be awful.
You'd be like a ticking time bomb.
You would be,
But
really.
never being able to erupt. It's like edging.
Yeah. It would be awful. It would be awful. And I imagine you would like come down with so many sicknesses because your physical body would just break down.
You're just worn out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awful. Now, a caveat to this is, and I feel like it aligns with this question a little bit, is so like a year ago, I started just being a weepy bitch. Like, and I think it was connected to Caitlin getting pregnant and kind of moving into the maybe season of premenopause. I don't know, but
and the wedding.
And the wedding. Yes, it was all these like big things. And so like I would find myself crying like at the stupidest things, like during the Star Spangled Banner at one of my kids' games or like at, oh my gosh, at church. Oh, shut up. They're like talking about like in the beginning when they're like doing housekeeping stuff, like Virginia traveled to, like a friend's house last week. Prayers are with her. Like I would just start bawling. It was so stupid. I like watching TV, doing everything. So I have just been super weepy. And so I feel like that's normalized this one for me a little bit. So I would totally do the ugly cry in public. I think I would totally choose that one.
I definitely would too. And I love that you bring that up because Jess used to never show emotions ever. It actually made being her friend really difficult because I'm like, show me the love. Like, what is going on? And I used to never be super emotional either. And once I started hanging out with Jessie, I would cry all the time. And she would like
all the time
give me heart to hearts. And she does this like look. Oh my God, do the look.
I can't do the look on
you.
I can't do it. It can't be manufactured.
It feels like you do it on purpose, though, to like get to me. She does this look, and it's like, I can't even do it either. It's like longing and loving, but also like
all the things.
You're delicate, so I'm going to handle you with care. And then I just start crying, and we could be talking about the stupidest stuff, and she's like, "It's okay to release." Like, shut the fuck up. Mind your business.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Do we have one more?
We do have one more. We have a final would you rather.
Ooh, oops. Our cup runneth over.
It runneth over. Okay. Ew.
Oh God.
Would you rather have your therapist read your group chat or your ex read your journal?
Okay, so I don't journal, but if someone got a hold of the notes in my phone,
they'd think
I'd be done for.
Yep. You would be arrested.
Done for. Like, nobody steal my phone, I swear to God.
Okay, so that would be the question then. Would you let your therapist read your phone notes?
Or my ex read my phone notes?
Or your ex read your phone notes?
I'm going to let my therapist do that because we decipher all of that stuff at our sessions anyways.
Right? Right?
Like, she knows everything. I read her all the stuff and she tells me what she needs to tell me about it.
Yes. Yes.
There's no way I would ever let my ex read any of that.
The only thing I think of is, okay, so in some like therapeutic relationships, of course, like the client wants to like put their best foot forward. And so sometimes even when they're actively like working on stuff in session, they're still like engaging in behaviors outside of session and they just don't really want their therapist to know about that yet.
Yeah, true.
So it's kind of protective. It's like, okay, I know this is bad and my therapist told me not to do it. So I'm going to like hold it to the side here. I'll talk about it if it comes up, but I'm not going to like give that information freely. Yes. So, but I definitely think that even if that was the case, I'd rather have my therapist read it because I know they come from a space of non-judgment.
Yeah.
Like accept me for who I am. Whereas my ex would screenshot that shit and post it on Facebook.
Exactly.
He'd be like, this is the key to her ruin.
Right? Oh my gosh. I just feel like so much stuff would happen.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If that were the case.
Yeah. Definitely therapist.
Absolutely.
And they're legally bound with confidentiality. So what can they do with it, really?
True.
You know what I mean?
Unless I wrote in there that I murdered somebody and know where the body is. But
then mandatory reporting would kick in.
Hypothetical.
You'd be in trouble. Yeah. Bad deed. Awesome. Well, Lauren, thank you for playing today.
It was fun.
This was really fun.
I was looking forward to a lighthearted episode. We've had a few
heavy hitters.
Deep ones.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're not sure how long Caitlin's going to be out with her baby, but she will get back to us as soon as she can. We know you guys probably miss her input and feedback, but no, she's doing a good job taking care of herself and her family right now. So as we wrap up, guys, we want you to know that 3 Shades of Real isn't just a podcast. Like, we really want to build it as a community. And so we invite you guys to connect with us, like on social media, on Spotify, on our YouTube channel, and give us some feedback. And it would be really, really fun if you guys took some of these questions and totally answered them for yourselves. We would love to hear which parts you align with and which parts you would totally reject.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember, our new episodes drop every first Monday of the month. So definitely mark your calendar, and we will see you in July. See you guys.
Peace out.